is wrong. It's wrong. But I'm saying as a black person, I don't look at nobody and say they ain't shit for that because I'm just not unless they hurting somebody else with it or you know what I'm saying. I'm not gonna say you like a fucked up person, okay? Because you do her and you make $1,000 a week, okay, and you only reporting 200, so therefore you getting food stamps. Ain't no way I'm gonna say that bitch ain't shit. That's just me personally though. But I ain't saying it's not wrong because technically it is wrong. I just feel like as a black person though, man, fuck it. Get all fuck you can from the good. If you can,
But
I used to take bitches down to the EOC and they would make it to where like, cause they, you know what they used to tell me? We help them white, them white folks, they help their own. So we gonna set up, you got a mom in it. I took my friend down there, her mother and father was married, but her father made so much money. He worked at General Motors or something like that. But her mother though had she just did daycare at home. So she didn't make that much at all. He said, we gonna say they separated and we gonna use your money. This is the dude at EOC to help black people. He said, we're going to say they separated and we're going to use her income. And she went to school free. Her first 2 years, you know what I'm saying, she went free. So I personally don't give a fuck about, now I get what you're saying. I'm just saying that note. I ain't saying what she's saying because he do be bragging about making $100,000 and these people be running y'all. I'll be running around TikTok calling people broke and all of that. I just feel like if you call them motherfuckers broke and you're making all this money, you know what I'm saying? Then you shouldn't be getting no type of assistance or whatever because you're supposed to be bald.
Why do y'all think $100,000 a year is money? I don't understand that.
Because everybody don't make $100,000 a year.
They don't, and I already recognize that. But why do everybody think? No. Hold on. I want to understand. I want y'all to understand. Hold on. This is a good thing. I want to talk about this because this is good to talk about. So y'all.
But let me say this about situation. During the pandemic, every kid got a link card. I don't know how they did it in y'all towns, but my grandson had his own link card. I know people that didn't get linked. Kids was in school, got a link card. It didn't matter how much your money made. The government felt responsible. The kids was at school doing home learning, so they gave them link cards so they can make sure those kids eat. It didn't matter how. So if his wife had your wife got kids.
She said that they gave them free like lunch cards and stuff like that.
All the kids that got free or reduced lunch, the parents that made money did not get no, because my daughter was in school during the pandemic. We did not get no link card. She wasn't on free or reduced lunch. Only the kids that got free or reduced lunch got that card because it was replacing that one meal that they know that those kids get to eat. They also get it over the summer. Some cities do it over the summer.
That's not true because they wouldn't give my daughter food stamps for her baby because she had a nice paying job.
I know for a fact. I know for a fact. No, my daughter did not get the EBT card. She was not on free or reduced. It has to be free or reduced lunch. So even if the kid just getting reduced lunch.
There's a lot of people saying on both sides, no, that's not true. So
wait a minute.
Could it be state?
Wait a minute. We're arguing. We're seriously sitting here arguing about whether my children qualify for food stamps during the pandemic.
That's not the argument, Blaze. That's not the argument.
No. That's what it boils down to. Because my wife got food. No, wait.
That you foolish. They saying that you out here acting like you balling and you shouldn't be getting no type
I want to know how acting like I'm balling because I make $100,000 a year is balling. That's not balling.
Because you talk about other people being broke. And it goes both ways.
I talk about other people being broke trying to talk like this. I talk about other people calling me broke. How I'm broke when I make my own money.
You run around calling everybody
oh my goodness. I'm not going to be able to talk in my own hearing.
You ain't in your life.
All right. So like I said, $100,000. Basically, I didn't even make just $100,000. I paid $14,000 in taxes. So you reduced that off of my $100,000.
So let me ask y'all this. Hold on, Blaze. Let me ask y'all this. Was it a situation where Blaze came out and said, everybody broke, like he's be like, I'm the king of TikTok? Or was it a situation where they looked up his income and said, you make this, and he said, no, I make this? And that's how it all started. You know what I'm saying? Or was he just running around here?
What I'm saying is I've got tired of people calling me broke. I'm not broke. I'm not rich either, but I ain't broke. My flex is not my money.
Hold on.
Oh my goodness. My flex is not my money.
Hold on, because I'm going to a point. Hold
I know.
on.
I'm trying to get my point. I never even
I
get to
know,
speak.
but it's somebody making points in it because y'all going back and forth. It ain't like, look, let other, because you've been saying the same thing she been saying the same thing for a long time. So we ain't really getting nowhere because ain't nobody coming with no. It's a lot of people saying this. She's saying it's federal. It's a lot of people saying this shit state by state. And Stabs just said it's state by state. So I mean that goes to your point. So if you just want to keep talking like you do, you know what I'm saying? Y'all talking and shit ain't getting no fucking work. I'm keeping it real.
Look, look.
The sad is, you know what I'm saying? She said
know
state by state, CAPPA say it's all across the board.
Listen, listen. I can explain that. So the USDA is over the food stamp program, right? The USDA, the feds set the poverty level of who qualify for food stamps. If the state changes it, because they have the right to change it, the state makes up the difference. That's what I said. So it is technically state by state, but everybody did not qualify for pandemic food stamps. That mean I would get it. That mean my daughter would have got it. Everybody didn't get it, and I'm in the same state as Tanya.
But he didn't say everybody. He said his wife qualified. She makes less than $100,000.
How did she qualify if he living in the house? They one household. You don't get to take your husband off your case just because you want food stamps. That's not how that works.
Because I didn't know about food stamps, and she actually
in Chicago. Every kid got a white link card. I don't care if these people had 9 or 10 kids, they got a link card. Chicago made sure every kid that was at home for the pandemic got a link card. And I know people that didn't have a link card had a bunch of kids and they wouldn't get them stamps because they made a lot of money. They gave those kids a link card. Every state is different.
I'm in your state, Tanya, and I did not get no link card for my kid. She was on full price meals, and you don't get a link card. They sent the paper home. They sent the paper home. They sent the paper home.
Officer, her husband is a police officer. That kid got link cards, and
it's a lot of police officers get link cards though. It's a lot of police officers get food stamps. It go by
police
income.
Officers make more than
if your income is over $100,000, everybody that's sitting in front of a computer, just look it up. If your income is over $100,000, you are not getting food stamps unless you got like 20 kids. You got to have a gang of kids.
No, you don't, because I know people they won't even give a link card to.
Exactly. I know they sent the paper home. I looked at it. The income, I was like, we ain't getting this. And I threw the paper away.
During the pandemic.
It was the pandemic food stamps, but we didn't qualify.
A lot of people got emergency stamps during that pandemic.
Exactly. If you lied on your income, because over 100,000, you're not going to qualify.
Is there anybody in the comments in any state that made over $100,000 that got food stamps during the pandemic? Is there anybody? It got to be one person or not. Because come on, if it happens in one person,
Tanya just said that.
Hard enough to apply.
Tanya just said that. Tanya just said what was it? Your cousin or somebody that's a police officer
that girl
got the food, and they make more. Oh my goodness! I'm never gonna be able to talk.
Her and her husband, and they own a house.
They both make over. If they both police officers, they make over $100,000 a year.
She said they didn't. He said they didn't. I want to know if some. I don't know. I don't even know no more. I don't even know the point no more.
It's a lot of yeses, friend. Look at the comments.
Right. Nobody gonna admit. But I guess I lost the point. So he's saying he don't be bragging.
It depends on your salary.
He got tired of people calling him broke. So he divulged his income, and then they say he don't make that. And but
somebody
look, it's like this. So either they trying to say he's lying, because what I'm saying is they the one saying he don't make $100,000, right? And they say if he got food stamps, he had to make less than $100,000. But he's saying his wife the one got the food stamps. But she's saying either way, then they frauding, because what she's saying it's a combined income, so it's still over $100,000. But I think it goes up for a combined income anyway. So
but not that much. You got to be in poverty. Here's the thing about food stamps. You have to be in poverty. Now, the pandemic food stamps was a little bit different because they was trying to do a
Then stop
safety net
bringing
for
up the other
kids.
food stamps. I don't get no other food stamps. The only time I got food stamps was during pandemic, which my wife signed up for, which she was qualified for, or
She
she
didn't
wouldn't have
even
got
have
it.
to sign up because if she had kids in school, they automatically gave it to them.
Well, can
No,
somebody
Actually,
look
my
up?
they
daughter didn't
did come in.
sign up.
They did come
Alyssa
Can
on
had
here
to
as
somebody
part
look
of the
up?
kids.
Can
I
somebody
didn't
look
even
up
see the damn food stamps.
Can somebody
So
look at the poverty
well,
guidelines, like the
it didn't have
qualifications?
nothing. The
It's real
poverty
quick.
guidelines
It
didn't have
shows
nothing to
the
do with the
difference between a
pandemic food
single.
stamps.
It
It
shows
didn't
the
have
difference
nothing to do
between a
with
I
it.
single
tell you what,
household
they is killing me
and a two
about
family and a three family.
I can't even believe
what's
this is the
wrong
topic.
with
But go
somebody
ahead.
feeding their family. You got people's out here getting
I don't
food
know.
stamps, out here selling them for drugs and everything else. And y'all sitting up in here in these comments acting like it's a crime to get a stamp.
That's not. Well, they probably are in the comments, but that's not the point of
That's
this.
what I'm talking
Okay.
about. These comments is
A
unreal.
hundred. The federal poverty guidelines is for a family of four, you have to be within 33%, and that's $729 or 2209 a month for benefits. And that's for PA, DHSPA.gov.
Me,
Now
We're
I know.
talking
Okay.
about
Now I know.
pandemic food stamps.
Now
I
hold
don't
on.
get government
Hold on. I
assistance.
know for a single. I do know for a single family in Missouri. All I know is you can't. They told me you have to make. You cannot make no more than $300 a week, $1,200 a month
Yep. It's
to
real
get
low.
food stamps.
Cause you and
It's
then if they
super
got the
low.
reduced,
That's
if
for
they got the
single.
reduced, it still would have been low. If they got reduced, if they got a reduced lunch and the kid got the pandemic food stamps, your income still got to be within
That
the
was during the
federal
pandemic.
poverty level, FPL. You can't tell me what I already know. And
And that's
four people, max
we both
income
in
for four
Missouri.
people, max income for four people, just for an example, for his state is 4626. And then to get the reduced lunch, it falls somewhere in there too. It's you got to be within the poverty level. That's why the lunch is reduced. So either way, the income had to be reduced. Ain't no way she walked in there and said
So
he makes
this
a hundred
this
thousand a year and I make
he
60
didn't
and
have
they
to
got
sign
food
up
stamps. It
though.
just ain't no way.
He didn't have to sign up though. If it
just
was school,
Report
can
it. Just
somebody because
report it.
it's
How
hold
about
on.
that?
The
See
okay.
only
where that
people
gets
that's
you,
saying
okay?
that's not true.
Sound like
The
you a
only people
hater.
that's saying that's not true don't have 1K. I mean, damn, y'all, a lot of y'all got kids. Y'all talk about your kids all the time and all this shit. Y'all should know some of this stuff. So can not
And
one person
I'm
that's
you
saying
know,
that's not true actually come up here with some proof like, yeah, this is what I get for my kid and I make this, whatever.
Because they
They
and
don't
got
I'm
to be
trouble
done
him.
with that.
knowledge of my grandson. You know, from
I'm
what
not
I
gonna
know.
I'm not
You
gonna
can
report
explain.
him. I'm not going to report him. Why would I report him? He did what he did. He know what he did. It's karma. It's gonna come back on him. I just want to know why he make
She just
a
putting it out
hundred
there.
and plus thousand a year getting food stamps. That's it. Cause I'd
I
leave
don't
that for the
receive
people that need it.
$100,000 a
Oh,
year and make
I'd
and
leave it
get
for the
food
Gucci
people
been,
that
stamps.
I'm
need it.
sorry.
I got food
Y'all,
stamps for the
Gucci girl been
pandemic.
up here for a minute. She been up here for a minute now. Can you explain, do you have evidence to add or can explain some of this, income based, whether the pandemic EBT, the guide or anything to add for that? Gucci girl.
Yes.
Go ahead. Do you have anything to add about the food
Can you
stamps?
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. In my state that I live in, every child every child got it, regardless of the income. Every child got it. I work in government, and I'm telling you, in my state that I live in, regardless, everybody got the PEBT. Every child that was in school got the PEBT that was doing virtual,
We
because the
need food.
federal government has already paid that school that money for that lunch, and they gave that money to the parents. Everybody got it in my state that I live in.
So
Yeah, and
everybody else saying, nah, that's not true.
wait, hold
In
on,
my
hold
state,
on, hold on,
in
hold on,
my
hold on.
state,
Hold
in
on,
my
hold on, hold on.
state
I'm
that I
sorry.
live
Gucci
in.
girl.
You see, it's only
Let me
her
say
speaking.
this because, hold on. Let me say this because now Sav said I did not receive PEBT based on income. So Sav saying she didn't get it based on income. So what I'm saying is he
Because
said
they
he
don't take
received it.
federal
Hold
dollars.
on.
But read
But
her second comment.
hold on. But my thing is this, okay, let me make this point. if his wife or him was getting food stamps during the pandemic, right? And he's saying it's because they gave whatever during the pandemic, they gave it to every child. If they don't get them anymore, is it because what she didn't want the food stamps no more? Like she
No,
just
because
like
she
I'm
wasn't.
cool, I'm too cool for
She
food stamps
wasn't
now,
program
or
ended.
could it
She
be
It
only
ended.
because
she
The
only
program
got.
could
ended.
it be because because it's not the pandemic anymore and they're not giving, you know what I'm
Yes,
saying? Could it be that?
they're not giving it anymore. In the state of Georgia, I'm gonna talk about Georgia. In the state of Georgia, everybody got the PEBT if your child was in school. In the state of Georgia, they did.
Okay, so
Once the pandemic ended, or when they said it
Okay.
ended, they
All
stopped
right.
it.
I
Thank
sent
you,
you, no cry
girl.
zone, I sent you the proof of why, literally from his state, of why a child will qualify for food stamps. It is because they were on free or reduced lunch. How do you get free or reduced lunch? Because you're in the poverty zone. That's why. You're under the poverty level for your household. They didn't just run around giving everybody food stamps. Come on, y'all. We ain't crazy.
Yes, they
$160,000 a
did. Give it
year.
up. You sound
Stop
crazy.
it. Stop it.
It was
I'm just
only
saying,
until
in the
each
state of
state
Georgia,
governor ended
everybody
the
got it. My
pandemic.
coworker got it that
But
has
it's a
children that was
lot
in
of people
school.
saying, okay,
I
hold
don't
on.
have kids in school, but everybody that I know that has
All right, let me.
children got it.
All right,
Just
y'all
the
keep
state
saying.
of
Okay, so
Georgia.
let me let
I can't
somebody else
speak for no
in.
one else. Okay, I'm gonna
There's
drop
Because
out.
plenty of people
if
in here
these
saying
people
they
actually got,
did it.
if these people actually got, I'm gonna let you out, Gucci girl.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
If these
It,
people actually got kids, and it's like 5 people in the comments
This
that
a
actually
lady
got
said,
kids
a
that don't
lady
know
just said, I'm in Philly. Damn, she ain't got 1,000. She said, I'm
people
well,
in
in
Philly.
Philly.
Kappa Dappa is right.
we're
Jewel
not
Star.
talking about Blake.
Y'all can
Anybody else
stop the
besides me?
lies, man. This is
Cause y'all be
We're
pathetic.
not
killing me
just
with
This is a
talking
black woman. This is how pathetic a black woman looks right here on top
It
of me.
depends on the mayor
what?
of
Let me
your
see.
city and how they
Y'all,
treated and approached the pandemic.
it
Our
shouldn't be
mayor
that hard to figure. It
backed
just
us
shouldn't.
out for
This is
certain.
something that is factual. Like it shouldn't be that hard. I don't know about this particular. So all these people with kids, all y'all with kids, it got to be. So we shouldn't been able to break this. I mean, just straight up like bam, bam, bam. Okay, this is what it is. This is what it is. It's
They
so many
telling you
people
in
saying
the
different
comment
things.
section, no cries on. Read
They
it.
saying a
They
lot of
say
stuff in the
But
comment
free
everybody,
or
section.
they said
reduced
both
lunch. Most of
sides.
them are saying if they
But you
got free
got
or
men and
reduced
women in the
lunch.
box said exactly the same thing. So we both can't be lying. It depends on the mayor in your state. When they uplifted the laws on far as letting us back outside, our mayor didn't let us back outside. We were still on restrictions. So for
You
them,
only got 300.
every kid got a link card, no matter what their parents made. Every kid
See,
in
that's what
school
I'm
in
saying. It's
Chicago got
like,
a
but
link
it's people that saying they was in PA and they only got it because they got
Free or
reduced.
reduced lunch.
So,
Let Ray in.
but
Let
I
Ray in.
read
Let Ray
something like
sister in.
that. There was a so
The
okay.
IRS didn't shut down for the pandemic.
They said I live in Philly and folks.
We
That's
did
it.
shut down for the
A
pandemic
lot
for a
of
little
people saying
while.
Philly, if you have kids, yes, you did. Do you got y'all don't be having enough? I don't know. The people, I don't know. It just seems like the people always that objective don't never have. Okay. Well, all right. I don't think that the court can even
I
rule
just
on
said
this.
Ray is a social worker. She is right
Ray
in the
the
comments. It
fixer.
says, yeah.
Oh, thank you, counselor. Please come and save us all. Do you have any? I know you got some ironclad to add. I just know you
Okay. Good evening, everybody, kings and
do.
queens. I just want to say that Tanya is 100% correct. You did get free the food stamp card. All the children in Pennsylvania got food stamp cards regardless of your income. The state the state made that decision. The state decides on its own. It has its own governance. And so every child, I worked in the school district. Every child got that white link card,
White link card.
the white link card. And I've had let me just say, I've had food stamps. I've had Section 8. I've had it all. So nobody can make fun of me. I've had it all. People have ups and downs in their life. I don't think this is something that we should be,
No,
making fun of anyway. But
ain't nobody
to,
making fun.
to I'm not
Let's
saying you. I'm
let's
saying
stick with
I'm just
facts.
speaking. I'm just speaking out loud on my opinion. You could have gotten if you made $250,000 in your home.
Nope.
You could have gotten that EBT
That
card.
kid got that card.
You could that it was for the excuse me, Kappa, let me finish and I'll let you have the floor. It was for the child specifically. Gucci said it. The government had already set aside. It was already paid to the school for these kids to get lunch, whether it be reduced or free. And so they gave the parents a help me out. And that's in the state of Pennsylvania. That's where he lives at. And that was in the state of Pennsylvania. Every child got a link card.
And that
It didn't matter. They did not go by the normal guidelines. It was a help me out. It was a pick me up. That's what happened.
It was not in the mother's
name. It was for the child.
Okay, hold on. I understand your point. Income guidelines didn't go away because the problem is, here's the problem with that theory. If I'm paying for a full lunch, if I'm paying for full lunch.
But CAPPA, you're not thinking about the pandemic. You didn't think that
I am thinking about the pandemic, Tanya. My daughter was in school during the pandemic, and so was so many other kids. They're literally saying in the comment section that it doesn't. Listen, if your income was too high and you were paying full lunch, you did not get any food stamps. They did not send any food stamp cards home.
I promise you, Kappa.
Came in those kids' names because they
came in those kids' names. I'm telling you, Kappa. It came in the kids' names. It had nothing to do with the parents' income.
Right.
It was
I literally showed y'all. It said I literally showed it. It said they had to be on free or reduced lunch.
I understand that. And I understand, and I looked it up as well. And it also stipulates that if you're in a Title I school, you know what a Title I school is?
Yes, I know what a Title I school is. It's a school.
I wasn't being smart. I was just saying, do you know what it is? I'm just saying that if you... Yeah, so if you live in a Title I area, schools that are Title I, that is an impoverished area. Those are underprivileged kids. Automatically, your child got that white link card. Automatically, didn't matter your income. If you are living in an impoverished area,
but Blaze said that his wife went and signed up just with her and the kids.
I don't know
why he didn't say what she did.
He did not say that, Kappa.
She went and applied. You did just say that she went and signed up.
If they came, I don't know nothing about it. I didn't know
how
they came, how she got it, but she got food.
Okay. Shut up. You said that. You said because her income was lower. She literally went and signed up using her income. You literally said that in this live.
You lost. It's over.
You literally said that in this live because her income was lower than yours because you make 100 and she only makes 60. Come on. We ain't dumb. We all sitting in the same line. That's when you were trying to use
the stupid income lie. Come on, man. Let it go.
That, it's over, man. You literally said that.
God, man. You can't take it.
Impoverished is very important because he might live in an area that the majority of those people, they go by the median income. And so he might be making that type of money, but that doesn't mean that's the median income in that community. And they go by the median income, which is most likely. And I know the area in Philly he lives, most of those people are making $17,000 a year. And so they do go by their incomes. And so he might be the exception.
Okay, but wait a minute. So wait, you were a social worker.
Hold on, Kappa. For the record, he did say that his wife is the one that got the food stamps.
But she made less.
Because she makes less than $100,000 a year. Just to clear it for the record.
Also, you can file separately as a married couple, which means your incomes are separately. So let's just clear that up. You can file separately. You do not have to. Yes, I'm not talking about for food stamps. I'm saying according to the IRS, you can file separately, and that's not fraud. So I need people to stop saying that.
You can do married filing separately all day, every day. But when it comes to them food stamps, they want to know who in the house is even over 18 making income. If you got,
I know, but that didn't apply. That didn't apply for pandemic food stamps.
Yes.
You're talking about just regular food stamps. I was on food stamps for many years. I had small children, and I was on food stamps for years.
They
even
count
making
everybody
$50,000 a year.
They count everybody income.
He
literally said,
not for the pandemic. I get what you're saying, but not for the pandemic. I'm sorry, Kappa. Go ahead.
He literally said his wife went and applied because she makes $60,000. She make less. So that's telling us that she did not count his income. Why did she not count his income?
I think
Why is
that's
she
why
not
he
counting
said
stamps?
I
he got to
don't
prove why his
know.
wife
She
had
got the food
a
stamps. So the cards must have came in the kids' names. I did
and
never
they
see the food
did.
stamp.
He don't
That's
know.
how married
He
couples
don't
are.
Like,
We
know.
know.
dang, let it go. You
She said,
lost. It's
I didn't
over.
lose nothing. You
I
lied.
think he was saying since it was like the $100,000 year said, he said, well, maybe that's how she got it because she make
Yeah,
less than me. I don't
But
Exactly.
if
know.
yeah.
I
you
don't
in
know.
the house, anybody that's ever applied for
She
food
got
stamps or
the
ever
food stamps
administered
for the
food
pandemic.
stamps,
It did not
know
count against
that
the
they
She
fucking
ask you,
saying
do you
it's,
income. Let it
purchase?
she
go,
saying it's,
shorty.
she saying it's
You looking
different from the
stupid.
pandemic though.
You looking
It's
stupid.
different from the
Listen, it
Stupid.
ain't.
pandemic
It
You're
and
wasn't
mad.
regular food
different from the
stamps.
pandemic. It's
Hold on.
purchase and prepare. It's purchase and prepare. Do you
No,
purchase and prepare your food together? If they
but
What?
say yes,
that's
then
not the
that's
regulations for
income.
pandemic food stamps.
What? Maybe he misspoke. Maybe he just
That he left
misspoke.
his wife off. Okay, that the wife left him off.
Listen,
That's probably what he done.
my
No, he
wife
didn't say
handled
that.
the food
So
stamps. I didn't get any food stamps. She
can
handled
we
it.
agree on, can we agree on this? Can we agree on that for the pandemic food stamps in Philly, regardless of what he, just for the record of, you know what I'm saying, facts, regardless of how his wife got it or whatever, the pandemic EBT program in Philly allowed for every kid or every, to get a link card regardless of
Yeah.
income.
Yes,
Can we agree on
yes,
Exactly.
that?
I know
because
I'm
that's the
right.
truth.
I know I'm right.
Yes, I can
No,
agree
I
on
don't
that.
agree to that.
Yes,
No,
You agree
we
on
can.
that?
Yes,
no,
That's
we can.
correct. That
absolutely
is
not.
correct, though. I mean,
No,
That is not
that's the
yes.
correct.
correct answer.
You got yes and
It's
no.
just, this, you know why this
I don't
is
understand
so
how you
kind of
just.
ridiculous to the court because it seems that is something that could be fact checked so quickly. It just seems, I don't know about that type of stuff. Tell
I
me where to
mean,
go. That should be able to be
I
fact
sent you proof.
checked.
No cries
How
on.
is
I
so
sent you proof. I literally sent you proof of what they use to determine if
they,
the children will get food stamps, and they doing
But
it again
food
this
did
year.
stamps.
it have the state and in the pandemic
Yes,
though?
that is for the state
Okay,
of
so
Pennsylvania.
let's
That's
go
for
back
his
No,
again.
state.
it's
That's for
not.
his
It's not for
state.
pandemic though.
Yes,
Those was
it
in the
is. It literally
jurisdiction,
say PEBT, and it's if they got free or reduced lunch. It is
and
not
also
whether or not.
if you lived in a Title One area. Come on, the state can't do any kind of amendments
No,
to any
I sent it
leg.
for Pennsylvania, not Illinois.
Oh, but the state can
sometimes you
amend
got
any policies if they feel
to
it's necessary for their state, and
sometimes you
that's
have
what Pennsylvania
to
did.
we may be knowledgeable in the things that we know, but we don't know everything. You got three people that got up here and said, and in this thing, that their kids got link cards.
It could be three other
Yes,
people that say, it could
They
be three
didn't.
other people that haven't got up here that can say to the
Exactly.
contrary, though. That's why I'm trying to find a fact. I mean, it just happened to be three. I'm just saying,
It's
if it
three
wasn't
different
other
ways.
people, but I mean,
Exactly.
it would be nice if one of these people with 1K
Normally
could.
goes by home income, but during the pandemic, when the world was dropping dead at any minute, they tried to do anything that they could with them stimulus checks and everything
yes.
else to try to keep us calm and stimulated. So our state gave every kid a link card that was in school.
No,
Even
they did
Yes,
not. And I'm telling you, they didn't. They checked
they
no,
income.
they
did,
did.
and in
You're not gonna
Pennsylvania they
tell me
did.
they not when I'm telling you what they did. Your
In
knowledge is
Pennsylvania they
yours.
did.
Mine is mine. So you're not gonna tell me they did it when I'm telling you
Okay,
they didn't.
You
hold
okay,
on,
but you
hold on,
can't
hold
tell
on,
me
hold
they
on, hold on.
did. They
Hold
did
on, hold
because
on,
I
hold
know
on,
I
hold on.
didn't get nothing.
I'm
I
not
mean,
talking
yeah,
about
maybe your
you.
state.
Okay,
Are you in the same state as Blaze Kappa?
I'm in the same state as Tanya.
Oh, okay. I
What
don't know. See, I don't
in
know about
Illinois?
your state
You in
regulations.
Chicago? You in Chicago,
They owe me
Illinois?
some stamps then, because I was
You in
honest and
Chicago?
looked
You
at
in
it.
Chicago, Illinois?
No, I'm
You in
not in
Chicago,
Chicago.
Illinois?
And are you in
I'm
an
from
impoverished
Chicago.
area? Are you in an impoverished area, Kappa?
No, she's not.
Is your area
You don't
considered
know
a
nothing
middle
about
class
me, Blaze.
You not. Go ahead and say
or
you in the impoverished area. Go
You
ahead.
don't
or
know
an
Please
nothing
affluent
lie.
about
Go
me.
ahead
area?
and lie.
Okay, let me clarify this.
let her
Because
answer,
that does
Blaze.
make a difference. If you are
Let me
living in an
clarify.
affluent area, go
Let
ahead. I'm
me
sorry.
clarify. I understand your question. Let me clarify. Everybody think an impoverished area is just an urban area. Rural areas are impoverished too.
Yeah,
Okay? And
that's true.
yes, my county falls under impoverishment, not myself, but the county do.
What's your
Tanya.
county? What's your
Ooh,
county?
she
I ain't
just
saying
making
all
it
that on
I
the
worse.
don't want to
spot.
ask for that,
Okay,
but
my county is Will.
Tanya, I'm gonna let Nikki be up real quick, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You come back. I'm gonna let her up so she can. So she can. How I do this?
I go.
Okay, you come back.
Well, this backfired on her.
No, it didn't.
Blaze.
You still got food stamps making $100-something thousand a year per you.
I'm gonna make this real quick. I'm in Mississippi, a poor state. There's an EBT card, a blue card, and then there was a white card. I made too much money for the blue card. I can't get the blue card. I might get $2 from the regular EBT. Then all of a sudden, my child got a white card in her name. So it can't be based on income. If it was based on income for the PEBT, she wouldn't have got it either.
So did your kid get reduced lunch already?
Yeah, she got reduced lunch.
Thank
Well,
you.
she already said that. CAPPA said she said
Thank
that the
you.
program was for every kid
But
that got
I got a
reduced
picture
lunch.
of it. I can literally show y'all.
She said
But
that.
she was talking about income too. So
Yeah, it could be. Those are just guidelines, guys. But the state can do any amendments they want to do, and so during
Here's funny.
pandemics and epidemics, things
I
are
don't.
amended, guys.
I'm
I can't.
Okay.
I don't know how to explain that. I just.
State to state.
I'm saying I don't qualify for regular food stamps. I make too much. So the blue card, the regular EBT, I can't get. The only thing I get $2.
Me
But
either.
my
I
child
qualify
got a
for it.
card. Yeah,
I
I can't
believe
get.
though. Tell me if I'm wrong,
But
but
your
I
child get
believe
reduced lunch.
no underscore. I thought that she said she was saying that that's why I asked you about the reduced lunch because CAPPA
Yes, it was a
like the only.
qualifier.
Yes, it was. Thank you.
It was
She
one of the
said
qualifiers, but it's not
Ray
all
is
of the
saying,
qualifiers.
Ray, you're
Yeah,
That's what I'm
saying
trying
that
to
because
say.
he lived. So you're saying because he lived in a bad neighborhood or impoverished neighborhood, he just qualified just because the neighborhood's impoverished.
He qualified. It could be a number of reasons why he qualified. I don't know his background, but I'm gonna say that if his child or his children goes to a Title I school, they will get the link card. Also, if you have a disabled child, your child will receive the link card as well. And so that's
Okay,
why I'm
so then,
saying it could be a number of reasons. I don't know his specific background, so I'm not going to speak to that. But there is so many qualifiers, and they just giving
okay,
you a synopsis of the qualifiers. They're not going to put everything online, but when you go, they look at your whole details. How many kids you have in the household? How many kids are disabled? Or do your
I know
kids
these.
have do your kids have an IEP? All these
Okay,
things matter. And then
so
so
let me ask
they
you a
try to
question
help.
then.
And if you live in an impoverished area, definitely your kids will get the link card. So, and that's state to state. Everybody's different.
Okay,
I
let me
can't
ask you a
speak to every
question
state.
then. So since there are qualifiers, then you're saying that there are going to be people that do not qualify since there are
Um,
qualifiers.
I don't, for the state that I'm specifically talking about, Pennsylvania, everybody got those cards, those link cards. If you had a child in school during a specific time, you got the letter in your mail saying that your child will be eligible for the PEBT regardless. So I can't speak to everybody's household. I know that's what they said and that's what they sent in the mail. And I know people who own businesses, who have several homes, and they made very good money. And their kids still came home. They kids still got that link card. And that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm speaking to. That's all I'm speaking to. I don't know Blaze's personal situation. I don't personally know Blaze at all. So I'm just speaking to that specific situation.
Okay. I personally learned a lot. Okay, I got something. I personally learned a lot. I didn't know about a lot of this. I didn't even know about the what do you call the impoverished, the zone 1 or something like that.
Here, Title
I area. Yeah, I didn't know about a lot of this. So if anything else, I learned a lot. That's not nice, especially on the zero page too. Talking real greasy, weak. We don't like weak in the court. You can just come on your own page and talk greasy if you're gonna do that in the comments, causing up all type of mayhem. Anyway, I mean, ooh,
Yeah,
okay.
IEPs, disabilities. If your child had any IEPs or disability, you did receive. Oh, your boyfriend, CAPPA. They received a card,
Okay.
and I've had everything, and I know the ins and outs of this system. So, and I'm not
So
ashamed of it.
yeah,
I struggled a lot.
thank you so much, Miss Fixer. I like that. You know, like you said, you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Anybody, you just coming to share the knowledge that you do have, and we appreciate that. You know what I'm saying?
Thank
Like
you
I said,
so much.
if anything, I learned from what you just said.
All my kids were in school. Why are you asking where my kids were in school? Why do my kids
That's
even be
crazy.
brought into this? Don't ask no questions about my kids.
Don't do that, y'all. That is not the move. But anyway, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you so much, counselor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
And
Thank you,
I
Ray.
see your boyfriend's in the box, so I'm just going to ease on.
Dum, dum.
Thank you, Ray.
Yeah,
Appreciate
she can go on now quick, didn't she? You in
Um,
contempt of, you in contempt
good,
of
e-
robbing me from my doom doom.
good evening.
Hi, Tiggins. How are you?
Yeah,
Do you have
I'm fine. I see you now. How are you?
do you
Oh,
have evidence
do I have some? Yes, I do. Well, I just
for
know
this
I'm
case?
also a former social worker.
Okay.
Yes, I do. If you, I will explain myself. Hopefully, I can get through this. Okay, if I can remember correctly, because um, I was also a former social worker, and I've also been following because I'm in the state of Florida, so I know it varies from state to state. But from what I understand, one, the city I am in Florida, they gave a lot. I mean, I know they're supposed to give food stamp cards to the kids. Now, I don't have any children, but I know people that know. I know people that have children. So they said mostly. How can I put this? I know there's certain programs. I know one program was for unemployment. I'm sure everybody got that. I know there's a program for food stamps, and I know uh, I have a cousin that has like three kids. She has three, and I know she got food stamps for them. And I know the city of Jacksonville also gave out money on debit cards. I don't know if everybody got that either. So, but it's
All
basically what
these
everybody
people
else has
made
said.
over.
Huh?
So all these people either made over $100,000 or their children weren't already on reduced lunches.
Something like that, if I remember correctly. So I know her kids on reduced lunch, as if I remember correctly.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
yeah.
Free or reduced lunch. Because,
Y'all keep
okay,
coming with
listen,
the same point though. Like
can
so,
I
somebody
explain this?
But
Can I explain this?
but
Can
what
I
I'm saying
explain it?
is,
Let
I
me
know.
let me clarify. Go ahead. Let me
Mm,
clarify though. If your child is
mm,
getting free or reduced lunch, you're already telling the state, the county, the city, the school that you can't afford to feed your kid. So in addition to that, when they sent the kids home, they like these kids are going to be at home. The parents can't afford to feed them. We're going to give them money to feed the kids at home. So you already kind of had to be on something. They didn't just give people making $160,000 a year or more food stamps. They didn't. That's a
all right,
lie. I'm telling you, that's a lie.
but like state from state, all right.
yeah, like I said, from what
Go
I mean,
ahead,
I've
Tigger.
read up. I've also read up on the subject as well because I like to read. It's just what I do. I know there's varies from state to state as well because I know I mean there's some rules for Arizona that I didn't understand. And I looked up, and it's basically like I want to say Pennsylvania, if I'm not remember correctly. So it's just varied from state to state. So I don't take me as an expert. Like I said, I don't have any children, but I just know people that have children that receive food stamps. So like I said, it just varies from state to state because certain states have different rules. So I'm just saying.
Yeah. And they did raise the income
Thank
level
you,
up.
Tigger.
They did raise the income level up for the pandemic food stamps to allow a little bit more wiggle room. But they not finna give a
See,
couple that's making $160,000. This man
the
said he
only
made
issue,
$2,900 in 4 days.
the only, I'm sorry, Cap, but the only issue here, really, at this point, I think, is we got either it varies from state to state, or any kid with reduced lunch, it don't matter, got it during the pandemic, regardless. It's as simple as that. Either it varied, and some kids didn't, or some kids it's just. And if somebody could, Because come on, a lot of y'all got kids. We still going around in circles, for real. I mean, we got the proof. Then somebody else like, well, I literally have a kid, and this is what happened.
Yeah,
and
but
it
they
goes
not showing no proof. I'm showing proof. I showed you proof. That's a lie. You either got free or reduced lunch.
He won't let this go. I don't even know why.
Real, everybody that do come in keep saying that they had a kid with free or reduced lunch, so it's still going to the same point. So I'm just saying, why can't we wrap this particular? Why is the court having such a hard time in the jury section? I probably tell you why, because I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I'm not trying to offend nobody, but most people in this court, they ain't, we usually be in the court. It just seemed like, I don't know what's up with y'all, but it just shouldn't, it's not a hard case right here. It just seems like we should have been able to wrap this up. So the fact that y'all all yay, nay, and then in the comments, you got all the evidence, y'all got all the kids and shit, remember no crap, you got no kids. It's giving, not too bright, all these extra people in the comments on TV. In the jury box. It's giving not too bright. Y'all don't even know. Y'all got the kids.
I'm telling you, they not just gonna be give. Because if that's the case, okay. So if they was just giving food stamps out, then you wouldn't need no other kind of income. You wouldn't need to do nothing. They just giving food stamps to everybody with children. Literally, I showed you the rules. The kids had to have free or reduced lunch, and then yes, the family qualified.
Yana, can we wrap this up because this is getting boring.
And then why did he say his wife applied without his income? Why did he say his wife applied without his income? Literally in this live and then tried to lie. Literally in this live.
I don't know.
You a fraud.
I don't think
you a fraud.
Do a poll. Can we do can one of y'all do a poll, please? Yeah, let's do a poll. Just get shit up. Let's do a poll. Let's just do a poll.
We're gonna do a poll with half her sheep in the comment section, but okay.
Well, see, because there's enough people in here on both sides to do a poll.
You're a fraud. You're a liar.
Did he get food stamps because his wife qualified for the pandemic or not?
Did Blaze fraud or not? By the wife dropping his income. Did he commit fraud? She dropped his income.
I don't think they qualify. Well, y'all put the poll out. Put the poll out. Oh, they say fuck the poll. They's in the comments. Fraud, no fraud. Here fraud, no, yes, not, no, fraud, not fraud. Fraud, no, nope, not. No.
50-50.
Fraud, nope, he did not. Nope, not. Fraud, yes, no.
Fraud, yes, fraud. I don't know. No, so don't put other people down, Blaze, when you're getting free handouts.
Nope. Not fraud.
Yep.
Nope, fraud.
Do the poll.
No, fraud. Yeah, please do it. Come on, y'all do a poll for me. Y'all know I don't know how to do that. You know the judge don't know how to do that. So y'all don't. It's contempt of court to make the judge look stupid. I don't know how to. Can y'all do a poll for me, please? Y'all too busy going against the court to do a poll. Y'all still typing. Why ain't nobody doing a poll? Mods? Only the mod can do a poll. He ain't. Nope, fraud. Can somebody count it for me then? Making this hard.
Mods, can y'all do a poll? Somebody lied to get them stamps. I know fraud. Big fraud.
How do I do it? The reason I like polls is, let me tell you, I'm going to do a poll when I figure out how to do it. One of my mods could do it for me. I don't know how to do it. But the reason I like polls, people get up here and I have a court case, and thank you so much. Did Blaze actually qualify for it? I don't know if that's a good.
Both of them is the same answer, though.
Okay.
You don't have yes or no. There's no yes or no.
Yeah, get it a yes or no. What happens is people in the comments, like, it'll be a unanimous vote, and they will do a poll, and it won't be 100%. So people they'll say one thing in the comments in the poll or whatever. But I like the poll. I don't know if that was a good poll question. Okay, did Black actually qualify for? Oh, that was good. Okay, did Black? What happened? Do it again, y'all. It was 60-40. It was 60. I went to do the screenshot. Let me see if I get behind me. It was 6. Do it again, please. Can you put it up one more time? It was 60-40 that he did qualify for the PEBT food stamps. So I really don't know what exactly that means, though. Like he did qualify.
It was the same thing.
So that goes to what CAPPA was saying, that then if he qualified, then he couldn't have made a certain amount of money. So it's still kind of weird the same. So what's the better question? Because the judge has...
The question should be, did Blaze fraud by his wife dropped his income off for the application. He said that because she made $60,000. Did they commit food stamp fraud by hiding his income?
Excuse me. Who in the world said my wife made $60,000?
You said that. You just said it in his live, Blaze.
No, I didn't. Yes. I never said anything about what my wife makes.
Yes,
I don't
you
know
did,
what my wife
bro.
makes.
Yes, you did. You said my wife makes $60,000.
Really looking up my wife. That's what you're doing.
Did he say
you said your wife made $60,000?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I don't know how much my wife made.
He said 60. She makes 60, and he said she makes less money. He said 60, and then he said she makes less money. Yes, you did.
The court has never you did. See, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, here's the poll. Here's the poll. This is the easiest poll. Hold on. Is Blaze a fat liar? Is he a liar? Is Blaze a liar? That's the poll right there. Is this dude a liar?
Wow.
There you go. Is he a liar?
All right. Get in the poll.
Is Blaze a liar?
Okay. Put it like this. Make
wrap this up because
did Blaze get food stamps and during the pandemic because he was broke or because I cannot think of a good
Stop, no cry zone. Stop. Easy question. Is Blaze a liar?
I'm gonna start letting people
in. Is Blaze a liar?
Your Honor, if I may just as a suggestion, Your Honor. It just be plain and simple. It's just plain and simple. Did Blaze commit fraud? I think that's just simple and plain, don't you think?
Yes, thank you. Did Blaze commit fraud? Food stamp fraud. Well, yeah. Did he commit fraud? Thank you. Thank you, Tignet.
It's my pleasure, my favorite judge.
All right, so I'm just listening to all right.
Screenshot
yes, yes. He Blaze cap for TikTok. That is a good one. Go ahead, Blaze. We can talk. Go say what you gotta say while they voting. No. Yes, no.
I ain't got nothing to say. This is absolutely hilarious. I mean, CAPPA salty. I got what I wanted.
What you want?
I'm not salty. I don't care about you being broke. You can be broke. That's how you living, bro. I don't care about you. I fed my kids during the pandemic.
We got the poll. Did y'all do the poll?
Somebody said they got proof. Somebody said they got proof. Joyce, you got proof?
I bet you Joyce ain't got 1K though. I bet you that.
He literally said his wife went quiet and left his income.
Somebody sent me because I ain't know I'm looking up some kind. Somebody sent me something. Let me see. Oh, this is the Chicago food stamp. I'm done with eligibility. Blaze explains it. Okay, where the poll that Blaze explains the hose that runs through your yep. You getting well, that ain't too bad. I mean, that's a valid question, I guess. If he had to show proof, then it wasn't PEBT. Now, is that a good point? If he had to show proof, then it wasn't PEBT, because what they saying is the PEBT, it didn't matter how much money you made. I forget, CAPPA, is that your that the side you on, or it do matter? You said it do matter regardless of the PEBT.
I said it do matter because the kids was getting free or reduced lunch And that's what they based it off of. You get free or reduced lunch based on your income. If you're making so much money, you don't qualify.
So everybody basically that, because look, if you got, it's like this. All right, let me break it down for the people. If you have children that get free or reduced lunch, that means that the household is on the it's close to the poverty level, right? It's you know what I'm saying? So
it's the area that you live in. It depends on what area.
That already was on some type of assistance, pretty much, or got kids, or got
I don't qualify for assistance. I don't qualify for assistance.
Okay, so then
it depends on the area that you in and which school your children go to.
So why would somebody that make
go ahead.
Okay, well hold on.
So why would somebody that make $191,000 live in an
191? We just going around. He just said that his kids don't qualify, right? And just stay bear with me. He just said his kids do not qualify.
My kids didn't qualify.
Hold on.
No, they don't qualify for assistance. I qualify for the pandemic stamps.
Oh, you qualified for the pandemic
stamps? No, I'm talking about my children. The children got, I guess it came in I didn't deal with the food stamps. Like I said, my wife got all this. So I'm guessing they got the cards. Okay?
So
they go to a Title I school, like Ray said. Now, I did hear my wife say that before. That qualifies them whether they were getting reduced lunch or nothing. They don't get no reduced lunch because I pay for their lunch when they go to school. But everybody, children, qualify for the food stamps.
Okay, hold on, Blaze. So that takes that out of the question. I can't even
get a word in, but go ahead.
You can get a word in. I'm just trying to make because you're saying the same. Okay, so they don't. You saying they don't qualify. Okay, you make too much money and she make too much money for them to qualify for reduced lunch. Okay, that's for number one. So basically, that qualification is gone then. You know what I'm saying? So you're saying there is no way they qualified because they was on a reduced lunch. So now we back to income thing.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes. So they didn't qualify for that way because they don't get no free lunch from school.
Okay, that's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. If they do, it ain't nothing wrong with that. But we back to, so that's out of the equation. So we back to income. You know what I'm saying? So they got it because of your wife's income.
No, obviously not. Because they got it because of the area that we live in is considered below the poverty line. The average salary is below the poverty line. And the school they go to is called a Title I school, which if they went to a Title I school,
you know all a lot about it now, but go ahead.
No, this is exactly what Ray said, because like I said, she is a social worker. I understood this stuff because I didn't get the food stamps. I didn't fill out for food stamps. My wife did all this. And the fact that I got to sit here and defend my wife that nobody on this panel ever talked to or met about my children getting food stamps is kind of ridiculous. And it's making this black woman up here look stupid. But go ahead. I'm going to let y'all go off.
So then it's making No Cry Zone look stupid too then, because we all questioning it.
You run around telling people
they broke.
Because you're still here. But I'm just going with
telling people they broke.
You agree.
No Cry Zone.
Huh?
I just sent you even more proof. People are DMing me in IG, literally saying this guy's lying. I just sent you even more proof that you can green screen if you want. You have to be on free or reduced